Hello everyone, welcome to the fourth video in the series Productivity Tuesdays. Today, I am going to introduce you a powerful password manager utility called LastPass. First, let us understand what we are doing in a not efficient way, or I would rather say a wrong way. Now consider your last 24 hours and remind how many times you had typed your login ID and password at various web pages. Many of them. And few times you must have spent few moments to recall it or retrieve it from your notes, handwritten or otherwise. And worst situation is sometimes we might have to reset the password if we forget the password and cannot guess it correctly. All of the above can be solved with a simple browser extension called LastPass. And you can do many more stuff with LastPass effectively for passwords. For using LastPass, you have to install the LastPass extension in your web browser. And if you want to auto-populate the login ID and password in your mobile as well, you can download the LastPass application in your mobile devices. The benefit of LastPass is the data is all in the cloud, so it will be all synced at all places all the times. So basically what it does is, as soon as you visit a website, say for example upwork.com, and you go to login page, you will have auto-populated the ID and password which is coming from LastPass application, not the browser data. So whenever you have this extension installed in your browser, it will have this symbol of LastPass and it says me 2, which means there are 2 login ID passwords which are saved for this particular website. I can click on that and see what options are there. I am logging in as my main account. So once I click continue, it will retrieve the password as well from its data, so I don't have to insert the password at all. So one thing it does is it populates password on the web page. Second thing it does is whenever you enter a new ID or password in a browser with LastPass extension installed, it will save the password in its database for future retrieval. So it will keep on adding or updating the new ID and passwords in your vault. And the third thing it do is it gives you a safe password vault which you can access from your extension by left clicking on the extension symbol and going to vault. So this is my vault. I am using LastPass very frequently. So I have many website ID passwords saved over here in various categories of websites. So here it is where the category is none. It's auto categorized. Some passwords are categorized as business passwords. Then I have email passwords, finance related, news, productivity apps, and shopping. Also the social category and travel category. So this is my vault from where I can search for a particular ID and password. Like for example, I want to go to my PayPal website. So I have many PayPal email IDs. I will launch one of my main. So what I can do is apart from searching it, I can launch it within the vault, the website with ID and password pre-filled. So let us do that. So as soon as click launch, it will open PayPal and it will fill in the data for me. You see that I didn't click at all and it brings me in. So this is the power of this small extension called LastPass. So within Vault, you can launch the website with credentials filled from Vault. You can search and view login ID and password from the Vault. So you can go to edit and it will have the options where you can see your ID and passwords. And last thing it do is it allows you to share the password with your team or family. So you can share it to any of your team member or family if you want. Also, when you are creating a new account in any website, it will give you an option to generate a strong password which will be automatically added to the vault for future use. I will also inform you one limitation of LastPass. Some websites are not designed properly and it may have behavioral issue problem with LastPass. It may not auto-populate the login ID and password as we need. For example, our income tax website. So let's see that. So here you can see I have 7 passwords saved for income tax websites. So if I select one of them, it should fill in the data for ID and password from LastPass Vault. But sometimes it doesn't do it properly. You can see the ID is populated but not the password. So what I can do is I can go to that login information, click more in front of it and copy password manually and then paste the same. So here how you can handle this abnormal behavior with some website, but don't worry, it's only 1 or 2% of websites which might have some problems with LastPass utility. So that was a brief overview of password manager called LastPass, which is free of cost for use. There are other password manager as well like RoboForm, which you can experiment and see if it is suitable to you. This was CA Double Pound, making you understand that if you are doing a task more than once, you are doing it in a wrong way. Thank you.